Alright, guys, it's another edition of Mid-Card Mama.
What would you do
Loose cannon.
for Klondike Bar?
Loose Cannon, Sam Kills with Wrestling Connoisseur. We're going to talk a little bit about the goings-on in New Japan right now. So the New Japan Cup just finished. So it was an interesting bracket. It had stars featuring some of their talents, such as, as I jumbled that phrase so much, so some of the competitors in the New Japan Cup were Kota Ibushi, Juice Robinson,
Naito.
Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr. I like how it's one person we can agree on.
Yeah.
Sanada is another notable person. Hiroshi Tanahashi.
We totally thought this is Sonata's moment.
Well, I'm going to admit,
You were pulling for Kota.
I was pulling for Kota, but as soon as Kota lost, I was like, Sonata's got to get it.
Okay. My beard's eating more than I am.
And I mean, what a great moment it would have been for Sonata to win.
Yeah. I thought we would maybe see Naito get it, go on, win the title from here. Not happening because he was cut first round.
By Zack Sabre
Which
Jr.
I was kind of like, what kind of WWE booking is this?
So that was weird. First round,
Yeah.
Naito out. And then the person that comes up next. So Naito Naito was eliminated by Zack Sabre Jr.
You need a
So in the
napkin.
second round, Zack Sabre Jr. fought against Kota Ibushi. I'm thinking, all right, Kota's gonna, in my mind, avenge Naito. Did not happen. Did not happen.
Did not happen. Repeat it again. Did not happen.
Again.
So yeah, he beat. I'm just going ahead. Spoiler alert. He beat
Naito,
Kota, and then Tanahashi in the finals.
Yes.
Sonata and Tana. I really thought it would be Sonata and Sonata pick up the win.
I was
This is a
hoping
huge. rub.
Sonata versus Kota. Because I thought that match
would've
would
been
be
nice.
incredible.
It would. But I mean, really think about it. He beat Naito, Kota, and Tanahashi
And Sonata.
to get the win, and we're talking about freaking Zack Sabre Jr.
All of 160 pounds, Zack Sabre Jr. With Taka Michinoku as his hype man.
It doesn't make any sense. It really does not make any sense.
And it's a very weird sort of outcome, especially when you look at the person who won the New Japan Cup last year.
Yeah, I'm just going all in.
So last year, Katsuyori Shibata won and ended up going to Sakura Genesis to challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship belt
Yeah.
against, of course, Kazuchika Okada. And if you are not familiar with how that match ended,
I'm not.
it was... Are you really not?
I'm not. Yeah.
So Shibata, of course, lost because Okada's still the champion. But Shibata, during the match, busted his head open with a headbutt.
Oh yeah, that's the match.
And yeah, this match. So
That kind of
afterwards,
overshadowed everything
he-
that led up to it.
he goes backstage. Notably, I mean, I think everyone was like, "Wow, what a great sell!" Because he stumbled and he had actual trouble walking to get backstage. So he was stumbling. He was holding on to the rails and everything. And every couple steps, he would sort of stumble and fall down, and then just stay down for a second and get back up and then keep walking. And the commentary made a point of like, refusing help from anyone else. Shibata is still a proud competitor and he is nothing to be ashamed of in this incredible showing against Okada. But then he got backstage
And passed out.
and they found that he had a subdural hematoma
Yeah.
and needed brain surgery to
Immediately.
survive. And so then he shows up again at the G1 special, or the G1 climax in the final, or after the finals. Shibata's music hits and everyone's stunned. and he goes out and he doesn't say that he's back to wrestle, but he's just like, I'm grateful that I'm still alive after this.
That's because he was a ghost, really.
Yeah.
He was just sending and passing. No, for real, like, it was a scary moment for a good while because they weren't sure if he would, let alone returning to wrestling, but if he was returning to life.
Yeah.
Because it was quite a serious thing. I mean, he could have been
If
severe injury.
If they had not treated that as quickly as they
fatal
did,
injury.
he could have died.
He could have, yeah. So here's the
he
big beard, clean trick.
Retired.
So
Yeah.
but I mean, at that point, Shibata going into that match, everyone was so behind him.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost like Shibata should have won.
I felt like he was poised
he was
to
poised,
capture that moment.
Yeah.
Because he had his series of matches against Goto over the never open weight. And he was so beloved by the crowd. The whole match, it's very evident that the crowd was solidly behind Shibata in a way that the New Japan crowd right now is not solidly behind Zack Sabre Jr. So it seems weird that they had him win here.
It is a strange victory because I feel like, for one, Naito is poised to take the title at any moment, in my opinion. He just needs that push and take the title. And he's already been champion. It's kind of already dialed in. It's a no-brainer to me. Tanahashi is... I don't know if he's even healed up from all of his injuries yet.
I was going to say, he's still working injured.
It gives a good reason for Tanahashi to be beat that he's injured. So I couldn't see Tanahashi winning. I was actually really surprised he made it, I think, to the finals, right? I was
hoping Juice would beat Tanahashi.
Yeah, me too. But the obvious choice was Sonata because there'd been a lot of hype around Sonata. They've really been kind of starting to get a build toward him. And a win here would have been humongous.
And I mean, Sonata has, as far as training wise, he has some of the most iconic wrestlers in Japan to thank for his training.
Yeah. I've been following him since his All Japan days, and I think he went to Wrestle One
when he was the great Sonata.
And then he moved over. He had a small stint in Impact as well, I believe. And then he moved over to New Japan. And, from the ground up again, he was still quite young and everything. So, yeah, I've expected Sonata to really start coming out shining. And to see him not win this and then go with Zack Sabre Jr. really left me scratching my head. Not particularly this part of my head. But, I believe my comment after the final day was, what kind of WWE shit is this?
Yeah.
Like,
You did actually say it.
Did Guido, watch a really bad episode of Raw and go, I'm going to push Zack Sabre Jr.?
Sure.
And I mean, because usually you can watch New Japan.
Nothing against Zack Sabre Jr.
You can kind of see where they're going with things. And so this was kind of out of left field for me.
It was very much a story because Zack Sabre Jr., I wouldn't say he was the person
I don't feel like he's been on
to
radar at all.
Well, I mean, as part of Suzuki-gun, he's a sort of prominent member of Suzuki-gun, but of course everyone in that stable gets overshadowed by Suzuki.
True.
And I guess he's sort of like an unofficial kind of second in command, sort of lieutenant of Suzuki-gun. I don't know what exactly.
And I kind of feel like, because he's from Australia, right?
Zack Sabre Jr.?
Isn't he? Or is he from England?
He's from England.
Which one's from Australia?
Which wrestler?
Yeah.
Jay White. Well, Jay White's
from New Zealand.
Yeah, he's from Aotearoa. So
I think somebody was from Australia.
So is Toa Hanare. Is Modi.
Oh, well. I thought maybe it was something like with that they're going to go into a place, because I know they just recently did a tour of Australia.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to like figure out like what's the business plan behind this move. I don't know. We were just talking like maybe it's just somebody else to feed to Okada for a while.
Well, I mean, because I don't see Okada dropping to Zack Sabre Jr.
Please no.
It would be very interesting, and it would be a way to split Zack Sabre Jr. from Suzuki-gun, because Suzuki would go after him for that.
But it'd be like, honestly, to me, I mean, I know a lot of people like Zack Sabre Jr. and he's kind of, this indie darling, so to speak.
He is a really good example of the British technical match style wrestling, and especially because he is so adept at physical submissions, because he lacks a lot more of the power, because he is very twiggy.
Yeah.
It's a very different wrestling match that you're going to see from him versus a lot of similar people that are within his weight range.
Right. I don't know. It just... Yeah. I think we're both just kind of
I think it's also interesting that Zack Sabre Jr. hasn't really tossed his hat into the IWGP Junior Heavyweight race right now.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of expected from him. And from this, I don't know if that's what we're going to see from here, unless they're going to like do a little push and have him lose to Okada, and then okay, I'm gonna go down to juniors. I don't know what they're planning, and maybe this is because Kenny versus Cody is outshining everything else over there.
Well, I mean, Kenny versus Cody is outshining everything else in the wrestling industry.
It's true.
To be perfectly honest. Super Card of Honor is going to be insane.
And, you got the Golden Lovers versus the Young Bucks. That storyline also brewing.
You now have Will Ospreay versus Liger, because I believe the injury sidelines Mysterio.
Is he not going to be able to make it?
Yeah.
Because last I seen, they were still advertising that.
I saw last night. Maybe it's just a fake Instagram thing, but I saw on Will Ospreay's Instagram that he had mentioned something about, he's like, I'm sad that this match that the match isn't going to be taking place, but I will do my best to try and
the one and
live
only
up to
Rey Mysterio match I've been looking forward to. And I mean, I know Liger is way past his prime, but that is
that's
a crazy
strong so evolved. Ospreay versus Liger, probably for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. So Liger, please beat him.
Yes.
It's funny because I'm the only person in my family that just like can't get behind Will Ospreay. I showed my parents. I showed actually my whole family the Fatal 4-Way.
Oh yeah.
That I was very, 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 very strongly going for Hiromu Takahashi in. And every spot that Ospreay had, I was like, you gotta send a thank you note, a gift basket, this and that, and this and that to Takahashi, because he's the one catching you and breaking your fall every single time.
Yeah.
He's the one most, and you see it the most. The spot he did when he climbed up the trellis, and just looked back and then jumped. The person that took the most of it, that broke his fall the most, Takahashi.
My thing is, like, how do you...
He's trapped, right? Like, just like how he belongs.
How do you pull it in front so everybody can see what you're talking about? That's his locker. He has a very small locker room.
Yeah. Yeah, you know why? Because he ain't nobody.
Who's that?
Adam Cole.
Who?
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole.
Baby.
Anyway, I don't see where they go from here. Like, if they do have Liger, they do have Liger pick it up, which I'm all for. What are they gonna do? They gonna have a Liger Mysterio match for the title. I would be fine with that as well.
That would be cool.
I would be fine with either of them winning it as well. Chip the paint.
Chip the paint. It's Adam Cole. Who cares? Who cares about Adam Cole? Who cares about?
She does.
Yeah, she's the only person that matters to. But you're telling her to
So,
not chip the paint.
Come on, focus.
Calm down, you numpty.
Focus.
I purposely sold it the other way. I want you to know that.
You gotta sell.
I'm no selling
Quit acting like I'm Baron Corbin over
I'm
here.
no selling like Luke Harper to Dolph Ziggler. It's my favorite no sell ever.
Hey, Harper should no sell to everybody. I mean, at what point do you strap Hiromu?
Again, you mean? Because he had
Yeah.
the title before.
Yeah, again. Because I felt he should have won the 4-way.
Oh
And
God!
I felt he should have won the next match.
The place would have blown up.
You know, that next match.
In Osaka?
I thought he had it.
I did too.
So it's like, okay, we had the Liger match. I'm all for Liger winning. Liger versus Mysterio. I don't care which one has it. But whoever wins that needs to drop it to him. You know, in this Legends versus
Well,
Future match.
the thing that I guess for me, the reason why I am so bent or hell bent on Hiromu Takahashi, aka Kamaitachi, from when he was on Excursion in the United States and Mexico and CMLL and in Ring of Honor, is, I mean, New Japan is they invest very heavily in their young lions, of which he was one. And so I think to not give a little back to your investment in the sense of making him a champion, because he was a great champion when he was the junior heavyweight champion. He was perfect. Has a very strong hold on his character. He knows how to move. He knows how to talk. He knows how to walk, and he knows how to sell. I mean, what is stopping?
The only thing that to me
Him
would be
from-
stopping
From setting
is
off
if
the
you're going
time
to
bomb.
make him a heavyweight. But it seems like you have so many people in line. Why would you do that yet?
Yeah, and I mean
And they need it in
the
the
junior
division.
heavyweight division's getting very thin, especially now that the Young Bucks have declared they're going heavyweight. So I mean, it doesn't leave a whole lot of options. There's Taguchi and whoever he chooses to be his tag team partner in Taguchi Japan, maybe Juice. I wouldn't mind seeing to Juice to
To
Juicy.
Juicy?
I tried.
Juicy Gucci?
I no. Funky Juice.
Funky Juice?
Funky Juice.
Butt Juice?
Juice Future.
I think it should be Butt Juice.
So funny.
Funky Butt Juice. That's what it should
I
be.
hate you so much.
I'm pretty sure there would be a good translation out there for that.
Juice Weapon. Weapon Juice.
Um,
Juice Weapon, I like. Funky Juice. Funky Juice.
Yeah,
Anyway, I mean, it's.
I would build the division around him, honestly. How can you not? Oh, right on the head. Well, he's going to be out for a while.
Forever.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's some...
He's
anyway.
sadly very resilient, that Adam Cole.
Jay White is our U.S. champion.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to be a feud with Hangman Page. I don't know where this will go. Again, this is something that is overshadowed by the Bullet Club drama.
Which is telling
we'll
of how
Cover
how
that
good
in
of a
another
story
video, actually.
they're telling. And
You know, everybody loves Bullet Club. Has become this huge phenomenon on its own right. So, and what makes it a huge phenomenon and so great is that it spans 2 continents.
see, and that
Really, even more than it spans the world. And that's a storyline that is not happening anywhere else.
Yeah. And I think the other thing I really like about Bullet Club as a stable in general is there's an era and a moment and a time and a wrestler that has been within Bullet Club that is for everyone. So,
Yeah.
for example, my auntie who doesn't like heels loves Finn Balor. Also loves Prince Devitt.
Who's that?
My mom has recently come around to liking the phenomenal AJ Styles. And now me, I've been pretty sold on the cleaner. And I don't know this guy, and also Tama Tonga. So I at Con,
my two guys are Carl Anderson and Tama Tonga.
so at KoiCon,
Who's yours? Who's your favorite Bullet Club members? And Cody. I'm a Cody guy.
I'm a Skrull girl.
Adam Cole.
And who else you like?
The Good Brothers.
Yeah, the Good Brothers are pretty good.
But I mean,
And-
I spent time. So there's a person at KoiCon, the guy that the Tomatonga I found.
Yes. It was Kenny Omega too, right?
He was also
Where'd
Kenny Omega.
Adam go?
It's a good
See,
question.
on the last day, he should have shaved his head and gone to Spale.
Nah, you know, he dressed up as Akuma. From, and I was just like, I think this person might be my favorite
I
person.
can never
in
tell
whole
if the
story.
matches, I guess, because of the angles. But Spale has a big head tattoo. I don't know if you noticed it.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
it is very cool.
It's so cool. Yeah, I mean,
The underboss.
it does overshadow a lot of stuff going on, which may explain a lot of the storylines that we're getting now that are kind of, in the shadows. So,
But I mean, it also goes to show that the Bullet Club, as an idea, as a stable, as a wrestling faction, is in fact for everyone, which is something that is really cool because there's wrestlers of all different kinds of styles, all different kinds of backgrounds.
and as was pointed out in the group, technically, Hall and Nash are Bullet Club.
Oh, that's right.
So we even cover the older generation as well.
I mean, King Haku is Bullet Club.
Yeah, Haku is Bullet Club. So I mean, it's
It's
an
official. He
interesting
entered in Bullet
phenomenon.
Club gear.
It's in Japan. It's in Ring of Honor. Technically, it's in WWE. To the point where
They
the new
sort of
shirt
lampshade
is
it.
BCOG, which is what's going on in Japan right now. Is the Bullet Club OGs,
OGs.
and
Which
it's-
are, of course, which
Tongans.
are they're featuring
Fale
also
and Tama,
Tongaloa
yeah.
within that. So it's Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and
Chase Owens. Hey, he's honorary Tongan.
not enough.
He's Bullet Club OG. He's with them. I think it's hilarious.
But also, kind of tagging a lot, or usually on the side of the Bullet Club OG, is Yujiro, the Tokyo Pimp.
Yes.
So it's
Also honorary Tongan.
So it's interesting to see the sort of divides within the Bullet Club, and there's also the factions or the dissension, of course, between Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, but then there's also like we talked about before, the third unspoken of the Bullet Club OGs. So it'll be interesting to see.
Are we going to talk more about that in another video, or you just want to include it together?
We'll discuss a little bit more in a separate video because the tiers of Bullet Club and everything is
It goes
so much.
Other than that, though, I mean, like we said, the Young Bucks casting their nod for the heavyweight tag division, which I think is long overdue in a lot of ways.
But also it goes from them being middle-sized fish in a small pond versus small fish in a big pond, because the heavyweight tag team division is a lot more competitive.
It is, which
Because
is cool.
there's so many more
But
heavyweight
This
tag
really
teams.
gives us some fresh matchups.
Oh yeah, I would.
I mean, Young Bucks versus Davey Boy and Lance Archer
Versus Killer Elite Squad.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
I personally am excited for Young Bucks versus Evil and Sonata. That's the one I want to
Another
see a
one.
little bit more. I've been
Which may be why they're waiting to pull the trigger with Sonata. That tag team. And another, depending on where they go with it, Young Bucks versus GOD. Because GOD is heavyweight tag division. So it's like, where are they going with this? Which we can cover more of that in the other video as well. But there's going to be a lot of changes in New Japan
definitely.
this last half of this year, I feel. And
We're gonna see a lot of changes in dynamics and politics within stables. I think is going to be the biggest thing. I think there's going to be a lot of shakeups specifically in Bullet Club and in Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Yeah.
I think Chaos will remain fairly
Chaos is always
sort of, for lack of a better word, stable. But
they put the stable in stable.
do.
So yeah, I don't expect much. Like I was at one point really surprised, like, oh, Chaos is still around because it's never a thing.
But I also think it's pretty funny how my auntie, so her other favorite, of course, is Shinsuke Nakamura in WWE. And so the New Japan wrestler that when we were watching Wrestle Kingdom, so my grandpa's decided that he's bored with WWE and just wants to watch New Japan. So he's about where I am right
for
now.
$9.99 a month.
9.99 yen.
Yeah.
I actually pay double that because I have to have an account for myself and an account for my grandfather because we can't watch it in two different houses. It won't let it be logged into two different houses.
Oh, that's smarter than part.
Yeah.
Don't tell WWE.
I am glad though to give money to that, but I mean,
some of my friends are thinking about just getting New Japan.
New Japan is totally worth it, dude.
Yeah.
The user interface is a little trickier than WWE, but it's honestly it's way worth it.
Let's talk about this right now as far as a company
I also
broadening
subscribed
their
to Honor
horizons,
Club.
globalization, so to speak. I believe the AXS channel,
Access.
yeah, is what airs New Japan as well, and
It airs
the
edited versions in the sense that it will only
show
select
certain matches.
Yeah, it will only select maybe one or two matches of an entire card and show it.
I was reading, like, apparently the guy that's running all this, he's really trying to get New Japan.
Yeah, he would
there.
be willing to do a television deal
Because
with New Japan.
he's a big fan of New Japan, so an interesting aspect when you have somebody who has the money to spend on it, willing to get the product out. New Japan.
Mark
wants
Cuban, you want to make a wrestling television show? Because both of us are also huge New Japan marks. We'll do a Hawaiian wrestling show. I know dudes in AZW.
So, I mean, we should have a Hawaiian wrestling promotion on the Big Island and put it out there.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. So I have talent that I can pull in from other islands. We will organize, book, plan, produce, build rings. Even this is what we will do. Just get behind us. Just get behind us.
We'll leave off on that note.
Okay. Mark Cuban.